Yeah, no, it was shocking to see, like, for example, Coconut Grove. Coconut Grove is a certain area and it's rich as fuck, and then from a certain street down,
Yeah.
it's all black. Um, and then more areas like that where just black people, it's definitely segregated.
Yeah, it's
Um,
it's weird because it's like it's segregated, but it's not like physical. Like they're not forcing you to be there, but
Yeah, and
it's
so
like
yeah,
There's no
man,
line.
it's yeah, it's
yeah,
not line. The what they when they talk about the trap and stuff like that is it's systematical, systemic. I don't know. I say the two words because I don't
yeah.
know which one's correct, but it's
I don't even know.
it's mental. I think that yeah, since they kind of make um some black people believe that that's all that they can do, and it's cycles, if
Yeah.
a certain ambient is going on in your neighborhood, it's easy for you to, especially because you start young. You see, like, sometimes your parent figure, or your hero or whatever as a child, it's not it's not going about life in an ideal way, but then since that's all that's what you engage in, and you know education plays part and stuff like that. But if you come from a home but it's just like different, there's a reason for every single thing. But yeah, when people talk about the trap and about the blockage and lines and this and that, it's literally no lines. It's sometimes very mental. um what the thing about Miami, bro, is that and I speak about Miami, is just where I live. There's no I feel like there's no white neighborhood. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
know if you guys agree. I don't know if maybe I haven't been to those.
Okay.
But there is definitely, richer neighborhoods. There's definitely middle class neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely neighborhoods where people vote no to making housing projects for people that don't have houses because they're scared of their house value
Property
going
value,
down,
yeah.
which is messed up because it's like, bro, if this is your crib, like, just let it be, bro. Like, are you really just trying to flip it and move somewhere else, or are you just being petty because you don't want, like, um,
Yeah.
poor people next to you?
Okay. All right. Let me.
You know?
I like when
Well,
we.
go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I like when we get deep with this. So, my brother has a friend who he moved now, but when he was down here, he was a life coach. No, not a life coach. A lifeguard.
Yeah. Like,
Mhm.
And he would work with like a whole bunch of kids around his neighborhood and his community, and his community was predominantly white, right? He lived in a yeah, his community was white,
Okay.
and so every time that I was around, because they would see me as, or he would see me as like a rapper, whatever. So every time that I would come around, he would say, he would talk in a way that would make, as if he was trying to teach me something. Like, oh, we go to places like this. For an example, Lagniappe. I've been to Lagniappe several times, but we went one day. He took me and my brother. And he was talking about the spot as if I've never been here or if I've never seen something like this. And I'm like, hold on, my brother. Like, you are black like me. You know what I'm like? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you? I've been here. I've been places. So when he speaks about his neighborhood and he talks about how he helps the kids, or the how the community see him as a figure. The kids see him and they're like, hey, hey, coach. Everybody's like happy to see him. What I noticed with that community, it's mostly white. This is Miami Shores. Of course, you get there's black people. There's all types of people.
Yeah.
But predominantly, that's what you'll get. And you can tell when you're in those neighborhoods, when you get into those pockets, just by looking at the neighborhood, just looking at the surrounding. Everything is clean cut. Everything is fresh. Bro, down the street, gas is, like $3.10. The second you hop into this neighborhood, it's $3.70, $3.80, $4.
Yeah, some crazy shit.
Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you're paying for this
Location.
you're paying for this location. There's spots like that, man, all throughout Miami, and it's crazy to believe, but I understand, man. It's like a club. It feels like a club.
No, it's definitely clubs. It's definitely clubs. I feel like if you drive down to like the Kendall area, there's also places like that. I feel what you're saying. The only reason why I said it's like non-white is because Miami is just it's just a bunch of immigrants and people go up in classes or whatever. So sometimes you don't even know like
and sometimes it's hard to tell like if a Hispanic person, they might look white.
Yeah, man. That's the thing. Yeah, bro. I work at this clothing store, bro. All types of people walk in, and sometimes I was like, bro, you speak Spanish? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not even surprised because everybody here does, man. It's amazing to me. I feel like that. You know how Puerto Rico belongs to the United States, and their first language is Spanish, and then their second one is English.
Yeah.
They should kind of do that here. I mean, it's better for kids anyways, and kids will learn, and then, just having immigrants come in, it's going to help them.
When you start teaching kids another language, like if they're racist, they'll be like, what are you doing to my kid,
Oh, yeah, I feel you. Which is ignorant, which is super ignorant because, like, bro, and that's another thing, bro. And it's not only Spanish. I feel like there's a lot of Spanish going on in Miami because it was like it wasn't funded by Cubans, but it was brought up like basically like one of those things happened where Fidel Castro just opened up the bay, and he was like, okay, whoever wants to leave can leave, and there were a bunch of programs like that. And people just pulled up to Miami and camped, like to the Keys or Miami or whatever, and they like camped out, and then the city started like building up. I don't know I gotta go back into the story of Miami and how that happened. Oh, I know that Coke was really involved in that. the Coke business, that was really
what blew up Miami.
Yeah, it was really a determining factor, but yeah, and that's just what happened. And there's a lot of Cubans. You know what I'm seeing a lot of right now? Seeing a lot of Venezuelans.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of Venezuelans in Miami right now. And they were usually out in like Weston, Pembroke Pines area. And now they have Doral. And Doral is like growing. Like since I moved out, I'm back in. Doral has grown into its own little like, district. Not little, it's literally huge, and it's still building. And it's predominantly Venezuelan over there. Super dope. I love to see it. Haitian community, there's a lot of Haitians. And that's crazy because growing up, I used to live over by little bit past downtown, going into Coral Gables area, like 17th Avenue. You guys know Casolas, the pizzeria? It's like right off the I-95. Well, whatever. It's close to Coconut Grove. It's kind of like in between Coconut Grove, Brickell. Just that it's like a dead area. It's not Little Havana, but it's not like Coral Gables or Brickell or downtown either. It's just like kind of like in between, very centric. And where was I going with that? Oh, I used to never hang out around like neither Wynwood, Little Haiti, Alapata. I used to never hang out around those areas. And then I remember when I went to swear off for my citizenship, you basically stand up and they start mentioning like how many people from each country there is in the room. And there was like 3 Argentinians, 2, they wouldn't go past like 10 in like all the other places, and then it was like 60 Haitians and like 70 something Cubans, and it's just like, bro, you know that these people will be coming here in bulk.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Deep Thoughts.
If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Our link tree is in the description, and you can check out previous videos on the YouTube channel. If you're watching on Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and a review. Maybe we'll read it on the podcast one of these days.
After you leave that rating and review, be sure to share it with friends, family. You know, deep thoughts. Come on, family. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's grow.
Y'all take care. Peace.